जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन जमुना तीर बनचारी जमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यमुना तीर बनचारी यमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी भगवान की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। गुरु द्वारका धाम की जय। स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। और ग्लोरी टू द स्मृति, और ग्लोरी टू द स्मृति। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Bhagavad-gita as it is, chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Text 5. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vetitani Bahuni me vetitani Janmani tavacharjuna Janmani tavacharjuna Tani aham veda sarvani Tani aham veda sarvani Natvam veta parantapa Natvam veta parantapa Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vetitani Janmani tavacharjuna तानि अहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्त परन्तप श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तानि अहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्त परन्तप. Translation. The Blessed Lord said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Translation with repetition. The Blessed Lord said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the Brahma Samhita, we have information of many, many incarnations of the Lord. It is stated there, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person absolute, infallible, without beginning. Although expanded into unlimited forms, still the same original, the oldest, and the person always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all-knowing forms of the Lord are usually understood by the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. It is also stated in Brahma Samhita, Ramadimurtishu kala niyamena tishtan nanavataram bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramappumanyo govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is always situated in various incarnations such as Rama, Narasimha, and many sub-incarnations as well. But who is the original personality of Godhead known as Krishna, and who incarnates personally also. In the Vedas also it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, nevertheless manifests himself in innumerable forms. He is like the Vaidurya stone, which changes color yet still remains one. All those multi forms are understood by the pure unalloyed devotees, but not by a simple study of the Vedas. Vedeshu durlabam adurlabam atma bhaktau. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions of the Lord, and whenever the Lord incarnates, the associate devotees also incarnate in order to serve the Lord in different capacities. Arjuna is one of these devotees. And in this verse, it is understood that some millions of years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad-gita to the sun god, Vivaswan, Arjuna in a different capacity was also present. But the difference between the Lord and the Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incidents, whereas Arjuna could not remember. That is the difference between the part and the parcel living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what had happened in the various past births. Therefore, a living entity, however great he may be in the material's estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is a constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot be equal to the Lord. The Lord is described in the Brahma Samhita as infallible, Achyuta, which means that he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. Therefore, the Lord and the living entity can never be equal in all respects, even if the living entity is as liberated as Arjuna. Although Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, he sometimes forgets the nature of the Lord. But by the divine grace of a devotee can at once understand the infallible condition of the Lord, whereas a non-devotee or a demon cannot understand this transcendental nature. Consequently, these descriptions in the Gita cannot be understood by demoniac brains. Krishna remembered acts which were performed by him millions of years before, but Arjuna could not, despite the fact that both Krishna and Arjuna are eternally in nature. We may also note herein that a living entity forgets everything due to his change of body, but the Lord remembers because he does not change his Sachidananda body. He is Advaita, which means there is no distinction between his body and himself. Everything in relation to him is spirit, whereas the conditioned soul is different from his material body. And because the Lord's body and the self are identical, his position is always different from the ordinary living entity, even when he descends to the material platform. The demons cannot adjust themselves to this transcendental nature of the Lord, as the Lord explains in the following verse. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport for Bhagavad-gita, 4th chapter, text 5.
Translation. The Blessed Lord said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. We have already explained the meaning of Bhagavan in connection with the first verse. Still, again we are repeating Bhagavan. Bhaga means opulence. And when the Sanskrit affixes there, Bhat Putta, one who possesses opulence, he is called Bhagavan. So, it is described by Parashar Muni that Oisajyasya Samagrasya Bijasya Jasasa Sriya Jnana Vairagyayasya Sara iti Bhavangana. Bhagavan means who possesses these 6 opulences in full, all riches, all strength, all influence, all wisdom, all beauty, all renunciation. So, it has been analyzed how we possess all these opulences, and it has been found by the great sages that Krishna is the possessor of all opulences, all beauty, all wisdom. Ishara Parama Krishna, the supreme possessor is Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradi Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. So, Bhagavan is individual. We are also individual, part and parcel. Just like the Father is individual, and the sons are also individual. We are all sons of God. Mamaivangsha Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Loke. So, we are all individual. In the 2nd chapter, Krishna says that we all, you, me, and all the soldiers and the kings who have assembled here, they were existing before as individual, and we are existing now as individual, and in future also we shall exist as individual. So that is being explained again. Bahuni me batitani janmani tabachad. As individual, we are taking birth. That Krishna's birth will be explained in the next verse. Ajopi sannabhyatma. Ajo. Ajo means who does not take birth. We are also ajo. What is that? Na jayate na amriyate va kadachit. Na hannate hannamane sarire. Nitta sahasatayang purana. That is the description of the living entities. A living entity as we are, we also do not take birth. We are eternal, part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is eternal, we are also eternal. Krishna is individual, we are also individual. The difference is that he is Ishara Parama. He is the supreme controller. And we are also controller, but limited, very minute controller. That is the difference. God is great and we are a small particle. That is the difference. Therefore, Krishna says that I also take my birth, and you also take your birth. But the difference is, Tani aham veda. I know how many times I took birth. But you also took many times, but you have forgot. That is the difference. Tani aham veda sarvani nattang vidya parantava. You cannot remember. Actually, we do not remember what I was in my last birth. I do not know. Death means forgetfulness. Death means to forget everything. Just like daytime and nighttime. Nighttime also, when we sleep, we forget all our business in daytime. We have got everyday experience. We are different person at night. We are dreaming something, dreamland, somewhere I have gone. And forget that I have got a body which is lying on the bed. I am the father of such and such sons. I am the husband of such and such. No, you forget everything. And again, in the daytime, you forget everything what you dreamt. This is our practical experience. Similarly, we had our last birth, but we have forgotten. But Krishna does not forget. That is the difference between Krishna and the living entity. I have explained already, we forget because we change body. Tatha dehantara prapti. Dehantara prapti, we do not know what kind of body I had in my last life or what kind of body I am going to accept next life. But there is the law, tatha dehantara prapti. But Krishna does not forget. He knows. That is perfect knowledge. And because we are imperfect, we do not. When we will be perfect also, we will remember. But that is means spiritual life. No more material body. That can be also possible. It is said in the Bhagavad-gita, Taktati hanga punarjanma naiti, mameti kaunte. So when we go to Krishna, we get the similar body. Although we are subordinate, still the facility is almost the same, 78%. So, about Krishna, it is in the Brahma Sangita it is said, Advaita Achyuta Anadi Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusam Navajauvanancha Vedeshu Dullava Adurlava Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusam Tamahang Bhajami. Advaita Achyuta Anadi Ananta Rupam. Krishna can expand himself. Ananta Rupam. Ananta means unlimited. Just like in the Bhagavad-gita it is said, Ishara sarvabhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtat. Now we are individual soul. So we are also associated with Krishna as Paramatma within the heart. Paramatma is there. Sarvasya chahang hridi sannivishta. Where the Paramatma is there, that is also stated. Hridi, in the heart. Sarvasya chahang hridi sannivishta. There is no mistake. Krishna says, I stay within the heart of everyone. They are sitting, two birds, that is stated in the Upanishad. sitting on one tree. This body is tree. And Paramatma and Jivatma, both of them are sitting on the same tree. The Jivatma is relishing the fruit of the tree, and Paramatma is only observer. Paramatma is observer. Anumanta upadrashta. Upadrashta. Simply seeing our activities. Krishna is so kind, God is so kind, that He is living with me just to turn my face towards Him. He's just looking after the opportunity when this living entity, Mamaivangsha, Jivaloka, Jivaloka, Sanatana, Manasasthani Indriyani, Prakritisthani Karsati. He is struggling for existence in this material world with his concocted mind and senses. So Krishna is looking for the opportunity when the living entity will come back to him. Because we are sons, so father, if the son is bewildered, gone out of the home and loitering in the street, the father is very anxious to get him back, although the son has forgotten. This is the position. Therefore, as Paramatma is guiding us, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishta. I am sitting in everyone's heart. Matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. From him we get the remembrance. I wanted to enjoy something. Krishna gives us full opportunity. Now here is the opportunity. You can do it. Anumanta. He is so kind. But that is not our actual business. Our actual business is to go back to home, back to Godhead. Not to enjoy in this material world. But still, because we want it, Krishna gives us all facilities. Matta smriti jnanam apohanancha. If we want to enjoy this material world, Krishna will give us all the opportunities. You can become the topmost living entity like Lord Brahma, and you can become an insignificant ant according to your karma. Anumanta upadrashta. So this is going on. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ei rupe brahmanda bhramite kono bhagavanji. In this way, we are wandering all over the universe as some body, sometimes human being, sometimes demigod, sometimes cats, sometimes dogs, sometimes trees, sometimes plants, sometimes insect, sometimes Brahma, sometimes ant, sometimes bee, anything. There are 8,400,000 species of life. So, this is our circulation. Therefore, Krishna says that Tavacharjuna, as Paramatma, I am with you always. And you are changing so many bodies. Of course, Arjuna did not change because he is devotee. He is accompanying Krishna always. Sakhachiti, bhaktosi sakhachit. So he is friend. He takes his bath as human being whenever Krishna wants. Krishna has his associates. When he comes on this planet, in this universe, he comes with his associates. So the Pandavas, they are Krishna's eternal associates. Although associate, still Arjuna forgets about his previous birth because he is human being. Whereas Krishna remembers. So Krishna also takes birth. Very many incarnations. Ramadi murti sutala niyamena tishthan nana avataram akarat bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna sang samabhavat parama pumanajo govindamadi purusam tamam bhajami. This is stated in the Brahma Sangita. Krishna is appearing in so many incarnations. Just try to understand what is the position of Krishna. He is situated as Paramatma in everyone's heart. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddhese arjuna tisthati. And is giving direction to everyone. And there are unlimited, innumerable living entities. So, he has to give instruction in different ways to so many living entities. How much busy he is. Just try to imagine. Still, his position is the same. Golokoeva nivasati akiladma bhuta. Golokoeva nivasati. Krishna is still in his own original place, Goloka Vrindavan, and he is enjoying in the company of Srimati Radharani. That business it is not the Mayavadi philosophy, because he has expanded himself in so many hearts of the living entities. That does not mean that he is finished in his own abode. No, still he is there. That is Krishna. Purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avasishyate. This is the basic information. Even here we have got material experience. If you have got 1 rupee, if you take 1 anna, then it is 15 annas. Or if you take 2 annas, it is 14 annas. If you take 16 annas, it becomes 0. But Krishna is not like that. He can expand himself. Unlimited forms. Still, the original Krishna is there. That is Krishna. We have got experience. 1 minus 1 equal to 0. But there in the spiritual world, that is called absolute. 1 minus millions times 1 minus is still the original 1 is 1. That is Krishna. Advaita, Achyuta, Anadi, Ananta Rupam. So that Krishna, you cannot understand Vedeshu simply by studying Vedic literature. Although the Vedas means, Vedanta means to understand Krishna. Vedashta sadvai ahameva Veda. But unfortunately, because we do not take the shelter of Krishna or his devotee, we cannot understand what is the purpose of Vedas. That will be explained in the 7th chapter. Maya Sakta Mana Partha. Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Janjana Madasraya. Madasraya. Asangsang Samagrang Mam Jathagayasati Tatsino. If you want to understand Krishna, asangsayam, without any doubt, and samagram, and in full, then you have to practice this yoga system. What is that? Yoga. Manmana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mang namaskuru. Madasa. Yogang. Yogang Jugjan Madasraya. Madasraya, this word is very significant. Mat means either you take directly, that is not very easy thing. Shelter of me. Or one who has taken shelter of me, you take shelter of. Just like there is electric powerhouse and there is a plug. That plug is connected with the electric powerhouse, and if you push your wire in the plug, you also get electricity. Similarly, as it is stated in the beginning of this chapter, Evang parampara pratam mimang raja sayo vidu. If you take shelter of the parampara system, the same example, if you take the shelter of the plug, which is connected with the powerhouse, you get immediately electricity. Similarly, if you take shelter of a person who is coming in the parampara system, there is a parampara system. Krishna, he instructed Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma instructed Narada. Narada instructed Vyasdev. Vyasdev instructed Madhyacharya. Madhyacharya instructed in so many ways. Then Madhavendra Puri. The Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri. From Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya. In this way there is a parampara system. There are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. The Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, and Lakshmi Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya. So, Sampradaya Vihinaji Mantraste Vifalamata. If you do not receive instruction of Krishna from the Sampradaya, then Vifalamata. Then whatever you have learned, it is useless. It is useless. That is the defect. So many people are studying Bhagavad-gita, but they do not understand what is Krishna. Because they do not receive through the evam parampara praptam. The parampara, unless you go to the parampara, the same example, if you do not take electricity from the plug which is connected with the powerhouse, what is the use of your bulb and wire? It has no use. Therefore, how Krishna is expanding, it is Vedeshu Durlabha. If you simply have got academic knowledge, then it will not be possible. Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. This is the statement of Brahma Samhita. Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. One who is Krishna's devotee, pure devotee. Annavilasita sunnam, jnana karmadhanavritam, anukullena krishnanushilanam bhakti ruttama. Pure devotee means he has no other desire, no material desire. Annavilasita sunnam, 0. So what is that? Annavilasita sunnam, jnana karmad anavritam. Jnana and karma and bhakti. Bhakti is Annavilasita sunnam. But jnana is obligation. There is desire for liberation, to become one with the Supreme. So, that also should be given up. Jnana, karma, anavritam. Not covered by the speculative process or fruitive activities. Jnana, karma, anukullena krishnanushilanam. Simply, favorably cultivating Krishna consciousness. Anukullena, that is bhakti uttama, that is first class bhakti. And if it is mixed up, somehow with material desire, or spiritual emancipation, or fruitive activities, then it is not pure devotee. So, if you can approach such pure devotee, as it is stated in the Brahma Samhita, Adurlabham Atma Bhakto. There is Atma Bhakto, a pure devotee. He can deliver you Krishna. Take Krishna, here is Krishna. Krishna Prema, that is the symbolic representation, is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is described by Rupa Goswami. Namo Mahavadharnaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namini Gauratishe Namo. When Rupa Goswami, he was minister in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah at that time, very exalted personality. He could understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Therefore, when he first met him at Allahabad, Prayag, he offered his respect with these words. Namo Mahavadana, the most magnificent incarnation. Why? Krishna Prema Pradayate. You are distributing Krishna Prema. It is very difficult to understand Krishna, but you are so kind that you are immediately delivering love of Krishna. You can know one person, but to develop love for him, that is another transaction. So, people cannot understand even Krishna. And what is the saying of Krishna's love? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind that he immediately giving Krishna prem, love of Krishna. Therefore, he is described as the most munificent incarnation. Krishna himself could not deliver himself. He wanted, first of all, he surrendered. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam bhaja. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind, simply through this chanting and dancing, he is distributing love of Krishna. You can see practically these boys from European and American countries, but all over the world, why they are chanting and dancing in this way? Do you think they have become mad? And one says, yes, they have become mad. Why? For love of Krishna. Now they have begun. They have become lover of Krishna. So Krishna Prem is like that. That is through the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the symbolic representation of devotee. Bhaktavataram, bhaktyakham, namami bhakta shaktikam. Namami bhakta shaktikam. He can give the strength to the devotee so that he can develop his dormant love of Krishna. Therefore, in the Brahma Samhita it is stated, the adurlavam ato bhakto. If one is pure devotee, for him, Krishna is available very easily. He says in the Bhagavad-gita, Bhaktyamam abhijanati, javan jaschami tattat. One can understand me in truth, javan jaschami tattat, which is very, very difficult. Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid jatati siddhai. Jatatam api siddhanam kaschid vetti mam tat. To understand Krishna as he is, it is difficult. But if you take to this process of devotional service, Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padusevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasam Satthamatani, either of these process, all the process are either of this, you become successful to develop your dormant Krishna consciousness, and then your life becomes successful. Thank you very much.